am altering the deal. Pray I do not alter it further. Here on My Sketchy Habit. Hello, hello! My name is Patrick, I'm an artist, and this is My Sketchy Habit, where we draw every day, and we don't have to be ashamed. We're an art-positive community. We have a little Discord called the Doodle Croodle. We'd love for you to join the link down below. But for now, we've got a 2-for-1 bad guy deal here on the channel. We're drawing Darth Vader and the Emperor, turning them into Adventure Time characters. It's super fun. Let's get to the art. And so it's time to dive in to draw ourselves a Darth Vader. And, you know, there is no one else to pull from in this world but the Lich as one of the ultimate evils in the Adventure Time world. And so you can see here, I'm trying to build out the basic shapes of the Lich in terms of his cape and body and form, and then borrow from that to give us what our Darth Vader needs to have. Now, Darth Vader, of course, has a bit of a cloak as well as sort of upper chest piece. I don't know what to call it. But again, we're sort of mixing the two, right? The Lich has a very long flowing outfit, and Darth Vader certainly wears things that could flow, but he wears them in a very menacing sense. So we sort of have to play a bit with that while we're working here. The other weird thing about drawing Darth Vader in this style is that he doesn't have traditional mouths or eyes, right? This is one of the other reasons why the Lich kind of works, because the Lich is a skull-based being, at least in the head. And so he has sort of unnatural shapes as well. I do really like the way this cape ultimately turns out. It's very flowy, very dramatic, and I think that really adds to the cartoonification of someone like Darth Vader, who is very serious and very much, you know, an imposing character. And while we still want him to be imposing, we want to also land in that sort of playful style of Adventure Time. And I think what we get here is really, really fun, right? We get this very flowy cape, this very sort of menacing being who evokes Darth Vader in style, but also catches that Adventure Time vibe. I also really like these big square gloves. Makes me pretty happy. So with our line art, we just need to come in here and communicate the ideas a little bit stronger. You can see, you know, we're getting things like the little screw bolt points at the end of his mask. We're trying to catch in the details and the shadows. Not overly embellishing with the dark shadows, because, you know, dark shadows in Adventure Time don't exactly go hand in hand, though characters like the Lich, who are more menacing and evil outright, are clearly more identifiable in their essence with some shadows. And so we can play with a little bit of that, but not too much. And much like, you know, other characters in the Adventure Time world, despite being evil, they still have a bit of a roundness to them. So you can see the cape sort of pools down at the bottom and doesn't make sort of jaggedy ends. This is the basics of our Darth Vader. And that is our Darth Vader. We're going to color this in a second, but let's first draw the Emperor. It's game time! That's right, we're going to play a little game called Disney Speed Draws. We're going to draw a Disney character in about a minute, and it's up to you to figure out what it is before time is up. Can you do it? Maybe. Good luck! So a creepy old man in a cloak, it really only begs one question in the Star Wars vibe for the Adventure Time style. And, you know, our Emperor needs to be a bit of an Ice King. That's the long and short of what I'm trying to say. As I got lost there in my words, I lost a little bit of what I was going for. But we want to get a bit of an Ice King vibe here. Menacing, maybe a little bit playful, as is common of villains in the world of Adventure Time. I feel like the Emperor, of all people in Star Wars, is having the most fun, right? He's just sort of behind the scenes, messing around with his puppets and having a great time. We want to balance the elements that are Ice King with elements that are more the Emperor. I couldn't remember his name. And so you can see we got lots more wrinkles and a little bit more sort of sad eyes. But we have the basics of our sketch coming in here real nice. We're going to head here to our line art in just a second and try to pull this together into something fantastic. And yeah, with our line art, we want to try to build in these details that speak to the old man that is the Emperor, while pulling in these pieces that make the Ice King the Ice King. So the pointy teeth is very Ice King, while the extra wrinkles is very, very Emperor. He loves himself some wrinkles. Thank you, Mace Windu. And we're just tightening up some of these lines, trying to get these shapes in here in the strongest way possible. But once we have these shapes, we basically have everything we need for our Emperor. We're going to do the dad joke, bad joke, and we'll be back to color both our Vader and our Emperor in just a second. It's time for the dad joke, bad joke. My dad likes to send me a joke every single day in WhatsApp. I like to click them up so I can give them back to you. And we have a Star Wars joke for today. Which Star Wars character works at a restaurant? Which Star Wars character works at a restaurant? Darth Vader. Darth Vader. Which Star Wars character works at a restaurant? Darth Vader. It's the dad joke, bad joke. Let's get back to the art. Color is a bit of a misnomer when it comes to Darth Vader and the Emperor. A lot of blacks, a lot of grays, and we have to be a bit careful with blacks and grays because we don't want to overdo the darkness, losing some of our line art details. We also don't want to lose some of the whimsical coloring of Adventure Time. It's one of the reasons why having the lightsaber is real great, because we can get some real bright colors on the figure without necessarily losing what makes Darth Vader Darth Vader. We're also going to give that lightsaber some glow up eventually as well. But ultimately, this is more or less what Darth Vader is going to look like. I think we're going to darken a few things and get a little bit of colors there on that mid panel, whatever that does. And I think we're basically going to have ourselves a Darth Vader looking pretty great. We'll finish this up and head over to the Emperor coloring, which again is probably going to be a bit of a quiet point because, you know, color on the evil side is even worse than color on the good side. The good side had a lot of beiges and whites, and here we have a lot of blacks and grays. And it will be no different for our Emperor, who's going to be wearing a gray cloak and have, you know, some level of gray skin, maybe a little bit blue gray, depending on how I was feeling on the day. But ultimately, you know, we got color. Let's check out both our Emperor and our Darth Vader. And that is it for our big bads. We got our Darth Vader and our Emperor looking great, looking very Adventure Timey. Let's throw them into the image with our heroes. It's looking fantastic. We got one day left, and all we have left to draw is some droids. I cannot wait to show you how they turn out. We also have an art gallery. We love to share your art. We're an art positive community, and I love to collect your art from our Discord. Go to the section called Share Your Art, and we'll put it here on screen at the end of the videos. Come join the Doodle Croodle. Show us what you can doodle do. Link down below. With that in mind, though, we have as well a month-long sheet of inspirations. This month the theme is video games, and yesterday our word was heart. Our word was heart. This is the heart that I drew. And for today, our word is food. Make of it what you will. Cannot wait to see what you create. Join the Doodle Croodles. Show us what you can do. Link down below. For now, we've arrived at the end of our video. All that remains is for us to say the one rule of my sketchy habit, which is really our sketchy habit. And the rule is this: don't tell anyone about my sketchy habit. That's between you and me. That's all for today, folks. Till next time, keep being awesome. Bye!